Welcome back. Last class we're with part 2 of the stereochemistry. I'm continuing from that point onwards. If you recollect, we have stopped at molecule propane. Earlier to that, just to refresh your memory, I have taken methane molecule, and from there I stated we are going to derive the next molecule, ethane, and from there we have derived propane. I'm using a term derive, which is a very strong term in sciences, and using this term I want to explain certain important salient features of carbon chemistry. For example, if you remember, this was my original, this is where hydrogen was there, this was my methane molecule. Now this is tetravalent carbon, you can easily see that, I suppose. Now if I want to attach one more carbon, I'll be getting what is called as the next molecule, that is ethane. This is how it looks like, is it not? I have taken one more carbon, CH3, so I am attaching here. So I am getting a ethane molecule. Logic states, if this bond is formed, naturally it must have been stable. CC bonds, if they are not stable, why they should form? If it is forming, it means it must be stable. Now suppose I take this ethane molecule and continue further. Now if this is hydrogen, is it not? It is univalent. Suppose in place of this, if I want to have one more carbon, that means again it will form three more bonds, because the valence of carbon is always tetravalent. Now before I again reconstruct propane molecule for me, let me tell you certain things here. Because keen observation is the fundamental requirement of learning good sciences. Suppose if you watch out this carbon which is towards you, or where I am placing my forefinger, do you see what is the environment of this here? It is attached to only one more carbon. Therefore, this carbon which is attached to one more carbon must be attached to only three hydrogens here. And similarly, this is the case with this. Had I taken again your methane compound, what is the environment of this methane molecule? There is only one carbon. Whereas if you take ethane molecule, the carbon atom to which three hydrogens are attached is attached to one more carbon atom. Even a slight variation in the environment, I think you must note down. Suppose now I construct propane from this, coming back to our original molecule, propane from this. Suppose imagine this is my propane molecule. This is ethane. So as I told you, because this carbon is attached to three hydrogens here, let us put a tag on this carbon. We'll call this as primary carbon. So primary carbon means it must be attached to one more carbon. So in ethane molecule we have only two primary carbons. In methane, where there is only one carbon, we don't use the term like primary at all. So primary itself indicates there is extra carbon over in one, above one. Okay, so I'm having three hydrogens and three hydrogens here. So if both are primary carbons, their environment is also same. Are you watching out? Both are primary. This environment is same. This environment is same. Therefore, these three hydrogens and these three hydrogens, I think they are identical by all means. That means whether I replace any one of the hydrogens, it doesn't make a difference. I need not be partial toward the left hand hydrogens or toward the right hand hydrogens. Any one of them can be replaced. Suppose imagine I am replacing this hydrogen, try to see what I am doing here, with another carbon. Now if you watch out here, this is the point at which we have stopped the other day. Now if you watch out, I am having a 3 carbon system, but here I have environment of carbon slightly different from each other. It is the environmental difference in the structure that is the introduction to nomenclature also. If you watch out this carbon, are you clear if I am making the statement, this in turn is attached to only one more carbon, so this is primary carbon. Already we have given the tag for that. You focus the central one, right now which I am tapping there. Are you watching out? How many carbons it attached to? 2 more. So the environment of this carbon is different compared to these 2 carbons. So this carbon, how do you describe in English language? We say it is attached to 2 more carbons. So this is secondary carbon. Secondary carbon. If it is secondary carbon, you must understand these two hydrogens which are attached to secondary carbon are in a different environment compared to these three hydrogens which I am holding right now, compared to these three hydrogens which I am holding now, which are attached to primary carbon. Their environment is different from this, but it is identical for both this carbon and this carbon. I think the environment is same. Therefore, my propane molecule has 6 primary hydrogens and 2 secondary hydrogens. This will actually give you some introduction to one spectroscopic technique called as NMR. And right now in medical terms it is also called as MRI, where even a slight difference in the environment we can identify using the spectroscopic technique. Of course, we will discuss that depending upon the requirement in due course of time. Now if you take this molecule, now we are picking up the continuity now. There are 3 carbons. I want to introduce the 4th one. Got it? Suppose if I want to introduce the 4th one, because already I told you there are 2 options here. Either I can replace this, any one of the 3 or any one of the 3, it will be same. Or if I introduce the other carbon here, what is the environment of this carbon? This is secondary. Therefore, if I introduce the carbon atom here, I think I'll land up with a different structure for the same molecular formula. Is that statement sounding very familiar for you? Different structure for the same molecular formula. Hope you got the answer for that. That means I am getting what is called as isomers. Let us implement that idea of isomerism, which is the key component of organic chemistry. I'll replace one of the hydrogens here. Remember, I'll be replacing that. And I'm introducing the carbon atom here. This is the molecule I got. So where did I carry my replacement here? Derivation of the next molecule. I could get the 4 carbon system by replacing one of the hydrogens, which is primary in nature. I got this kind of structure. I am repeating, I am holding in different ways so that you can see it very, very clearly. This is my first carbon which I am holding now, and this is the second one. Got it? And what you are facing toward the third, and this is the 4th one. So this is C4H10. C4H10. Again, I want to emphasize before I go for other points here, I can extensively form carbon chains because fundamentally this bond must have been very, very stable. What is this bond I am referring to? CC bond. And this ability of carbon to form CC bonds in different ways, in variety of ways, is otherwise called as catenation. And suppose if you want to know the reasons for catenation, please bear in mind, if not the exact reasons, at least some observational aspects you must be able to consolidate. If carbon alone is showing this kind of extensive single bonds, it means it has something to do with the speciality of the carbon atom here. To know the speciality of any element, immediately we should go to periodic table. In periodic table, the location of the element indicates the speciality of that element. This is nothing new. This is the approach developed by Mendeleev. So if you go back to carbon, carbon is in the 4th group, and the group number indicates the number of valence electrons. It belongs to 2nd period, and the period number indicates the principal quantum number of the valence shell, which is true. If the principal quantum number is true, that means it has 2 types of orbitals, s and p. S is of course only 1, and p orbitals are 3, is it not? Px, py, pz. Therefore, in the valence shell we have 4 orbitals. As per group number we have 4 electrons. As per period number we are having 4 orbitals. Interesting. This is the only element which, apart from hydrogen, which has identical number of electrons and orbitals. In science, we first consolidate the observation. Probably this is the reason why it is able to form sigma bonds, which no other element probably can be compared with. We have some other elements like silicon, for example, but it is no match for the ability of carbon to form extensive sigma bonds. So I am having this butane structure, C4H10. Now what is the other point I was telling you? I will replace now not the primary carbon, but the middle one. What is the tag we have given for this? This is secondary carbon. Suppose if I replace this hydrogen now, and I am attaching the methyl group to the earlier location which was occupied by secondary hydrogen. This is what has happened here. Hope it is clear for you. The formula is same, but the structures are totally different. It is somewhat folded structure. I am briefly introducing to you, using the models and as part of stereochemistry, the concept of isomerism. First molecule we got was C4H10 formula. Even the second way we have formed, that was also C4H10, but the structures are not identical. I will expand this point in the second video also, which I will post in a minute's time. We shall meet again. Thank you.